Hello, in this loosening session we're going to do a bit of a free-form movement so that there's a sense that you can listen to your body and follow its needs and always have this available to you to simply come onto all fours as we'll be doing and then lying on the ground, so that to simply come into our bodies and play, to listen and respond as a meditation in itself is something that really allows us to come back into a real sense of what we need, so that we're coming from a sense of being grounded rather than just following expectation. So we're going to start on all fours, placing your wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And if you do need something under your knees, please just put a blanket across. And if your wrists hurt here, put your hands onto blocks with your fingers free. And then once you're there, close your eyes and just let yourself hang. So there can be temptation when we come here just to do stuff, to lift ourselves up from the ground, to feel we should be in something specific. But it's also very natural for our body to just hang into gravity, so just let it happen. You might find that you sink into the lower back, which is often something we look to avoid, but might feel quite relieving to you. And from there, just watch what happens when you breathe. So my movements are happening naturally for me, but they may not be the same ones that are happening for you. I have a variety of motions that may happen once I come into all fours. I just happen today to feel like rocking backwards and forwards is the thing. But it might be that I kind of move into the hips. It might be I start to move into the shoulders. Start to let anything happen that simply unfolds. So it's good if you close your eyes. I know you're watching a video of me, but if you feel a sense that you're doing this next to me rather than me instructing you, there can be a sense that yes, we can be here together, but you have an independence of movement. So that actually you get that sense of trust that your body will let you know what it needs. That you might start to meet things in your shoulders, the hips, the side of your body, elbows, knees, neck, head, face, nothing left out. So I'm just showing you a kind of variety of movements, so just in case you feel a little self-conscious or tight about this, that you can see possibility. I'm not doing anything specific or anything determined, defined. I didn't think about this before. I'm just feeling what I need. Lovely. So if you just got into this, there is the option here to just pause and let yourself play in this position. And if you need to rest at any time, you can just drop back into child pose, have a rest. Even have a little roll around here, feel what you need here. And it may be then that you just come up and explore a little there. And then we're going to come onto our backs. So rolling yourself down, legs bent, feet on the ground, so you're arriving fully onto the ground. And if you need to put something under your head, please do, rather than feel your head drops back. And just be here, bring your hands into your belly. This position, constructive rest, is one of the safest places the body can go to. Releasing deep into the core, feeling fully grounded, and being able to drop our belly into our breath. Just spending a few moments attuning to your breath in your belly. Letting your shoulders drop naturally. We're going to take your arms up to the ceiling. And just letting the weight of your arms drop down. Have a little movement here. Feel what feels right. And it might just be to hang your arms up above your shoulders. It's a very clear signal for them to release into the weight of your arm bones.
But it might be that you just don't do anything. It's your body again, so I'm just showing you some possibilities of things that are kind of coming to me here. And we hold so much tension in our shoulders that it's very lovely to come to the ground and move into our shoulders in a way that just feels right. When we don't have to hold them up from gravity. When they're not involved in stacking us up and holding our breathing up by our ears when we feel stressed. We might even have a hug to really open out across the shoulder blades and to feel, you bring a little self-compassion, hug into your being. And again, do pause and feel that you just do this free form. And obviously with this video you really don't need to watch it many times. You just kind of get going exploring on your own and see where it takes you. And then opening out your arms to the side. I'm going to have that same exploration with one hip at a time. So here I'm going to keep my left foot grounded, lift the right and just start to move here. So although my left foot's nice and grounded, I can lift the left side of the pelvis. I can lift the left buttock. So I really can move the leg and the hip. And also including all the pelvic girdle. Feel it up into the waist, the back, and even up into the shoulders if I'm paying attention. And I'm starting with my knee bent, so it's much more fascial, it's much more about getting into connective tissue. But it might be that we start to open up the leg a little bit more and it feels a bit muscular, but I'm just showing you that's feels a bit too soon for me. So not rushing to get to any end point. And I'm just having a little roll across the tailbone, which feels very graceful for having some attention today. So you can really let yourself move. If you're rooted on the left foot, you can move quite a way out. I'm lifting the left side of the pelvis a lot there. And then feeling I want to draw in. Maybe from here we even start to bring the foot up above its own hip. But we're coming at that in spirals rather than a more mechanical up through the middle and up. So we don't feel we're fighting the hamstrings or any part of the body at any time. Lovely. So again, you can continue with that for as long as you like. Sometimes that is my practice, just rolling around and exploring. And then we're going to do that with the left foot. So you see here how my right foot is grounded and my left side of my pelvis is free to move. Because then you get real freedom up into the rib cage as well. And you get a real sense of that relationship between the pelvis and the ribs and the head. So you've got the weight of the head and the pelvis the same. And the ribs in between stabilising. So if I'm not talking and you're simply paying attention on your own doing this, you can really feel that relationship between back of the skull, rib cage and the pelvis here. Giving yourself a real sense of feedback, deep sensory feedback. It really satisfies our need for feeling, our need to have enough, and trusting ourselves that we are enough here. It's fascinating to truly pay attention to the body and its needs. So again, it may be that you start to lift up, hang your leg above your pelvis. Settle in, and again you can do anything here. I just kind of rock forward and back with the leg, just making some space into the pelvis. That feels right to do on this side. So it doesn't mean that you do same thing on one side as another. It's not that we're evening up. It may be that the body in its wisdom is evening up something by feeling you need different things on one side to the other. So I'm going to come back to constructive rest now. Place hands onto your belly. Now feel free to come back to this place with me or continue exploring. But save some time just to be here, hands into your belly. And tuning in to what you need here. Tuning into that sense of enough that occurs when we listen and respond.